So today we're working on Elon's head here, and his face is getting covered in hand fabricated shapes that are going to be in a polished finish. So to do the polishing, I'll just go through some of the steps for you. So you can see here, there's a lot of damage on that piece from the hammering and shaping and clamping and stuff like that. So you see lots of scratches and surface imperfections. So Scotch Brite makes pads that are like this. They go on a air rotary tool. You can also use a DA with sandpaper. We have the coarse, which is brown, and then after using the brown, we'll use red, which will take the scratches out of the brown. And then we can actually go to a gray, which is an ultrafine. So the blue should take out most of the scratches. The trick to this is you want to make sure that you go deep enough to get all of them out, because if you don't, the following steps won't take the scratches out. You want the grain all going in one way as best you can when you're polishing, because that'll just make it finer and finer. It'll make the process go quicker, and you won't get cross-hatching. And when you get cross-hatching, it really struggles to get the next step finer and finer. You'll always see lines that are going in the wrong direction. So just as something I've learned over the years, you kind of want to keep the grain all going one way. So because I'm probably going to polish this on the buffer like this, I'm going to try to make the grain go the opposite of what I was digging in. I was digging in this because there's a bit of a hollow, so I was trying to dig in and make sure I get those scratches out. Flipping it over, I'm still trying to keep the grain all going this way. Pretty good with that. All the grain is roughly going that way. I'll switch now and go to a gray, which will make that finer. With smaller rotaries, smaller pads, the 2-inch pads, you can control the speed by how hard you squeeze the handle. These will just clog up with aluminum. Aluminum is soft, and they'll really clog up if you're spinning too fast. So I like to just go slow and just put a fine finish on it. This takes a little bit longer. And then the next step will be to go to the buffer. Again, I could use a cotton wheel on this, but I think the buffer in this case will be quicker. I don't have to have a real perfect finish, because once these pieces are put on, I'll be gluing them and basically gluing them all into position, and then I'll be tacking them into place. And because I'll still be going through the process of welding and grinding those welds off, I won't have to worry about having this finish too perfect yet. But for demonstration purposes, this is a great way to show how a polish. With aluminum, because it's soft, if you're finding it's clogging the pads, you can actually use a hard polish, and they come in all kinds of grits as well. White and blue and brown and black, they're all different coarseness for polishing. So some will cut scratches out faster than others. Others are for a fine polish or even a mirror finish. This is kind of a semi-mirror finish, so white is kind of maybe the second to last step. You can go to blue after white, which will give you a really fine mirror finish. I like white. It kind of, especially with aluminum, it'll take out the small scratches. It'll also give you a decent mirror polish without having to go to the blue. The blue is kind of like your very final step. So I'll use this now, and we'll go over, and I'll just give this a quick polish. I went over it with a gray Scotch Brite. You can see a little bit of color. I don't know if you can see that in the light, but some of the aluminum is already picked up on the Scotch Brite and gets embedded into there. And if you get too much in there, it won't do its job. What'll happen is you're just kind of scratching the surface with other bits of aluminum. Once it's up to speed, we'll just buff the wheel a little bit. We'll prep it with some polish. This side's more of a cutting wheel. This side's more of a little softer buffing wheel. And there's another wheel that I can change that's a lot fluffier and is really good for a fine buff. But again, we don't want to get to that perfect finish because we still have lots of work to do as these pieces go on. So that'll be it for now. This is an acceptable finish for me anyway for working with Elon until I'm ready to weld all this and grind the welds down and then do a final finish. But it takes a bulk of the stuff that has issues, and I'm not spending so much time when it's actually on the head. Doing this by hand as quick as I can, then putting them on eliminates a lot of the finishing work when I'm actually taking the welds off. If I'm careful, I can even tape these up when I'm cleaning the welds, and then this area is protected and I don't have to go back over grinding and polishing and doing this area. So in the end, as the parts are bigger and smaller, it'll turn into cubic feet that you don't have to rework, and this is just a faster way of doing it before we get started. There's a non-finished piece and a cleaned up piece. So this now will be much easier to finish prepping when I weld it on than this would be. This will have you know, a lot of finish imperfections and grain and lackluster